Hi, my name's Rachel Andrews. Welcome to Everyday Athlete. On this week's video, I wanted to talk about how I make the most out of my outdoor swims. One thing I like about outdoor swimming is just how accessible it can be. It's a little bit like going for a walk in that you get to choose where you go, how long you walk for, what speed you go, what clothes you decide to wear. And outdoor swimming is really pretty similar to that, in that most places you can be somewhere near an area that you can go for an outdoor swim. Although much like going for a walk, what you have in terms of swim opportunities near to where you live depends on where you live. If you're in an urban area, it might be that there are specific ponds that you can swim in, or parts of the river which are okay for swimming in, or it might be that there's a couple of secret places that you found. Or if you live out in the countryside, maybe you've got a bit of easier access to either the sea or rivers. Before heading out on a swim, I like to have a little think first of all about what I'm after. What kind of a mood am I in? Do I want to go for just a bob and a float about and just really hang out in nature? Am I after a social swim with a friend? Or maybe a kind of point to point? Or is it maybe a fitness swim? So once I've decided what kind of swim I'm after, then I can start to think about the location. Need a bit of concentration here. Once I know what kind of swim I'm after, and today I've decided I fancy an immerse in nature kind of swim, then I need to check out what my choices are. So I'll take a look at the wind, the tide, and I'll have a think about whether or not it's been raining recently. So in terms of the wind or the tide, high water and low water are when there will be least movement of the water, so least side to side movement, so you get less drift, there's less to worry about. And also, I guess in the area I swim, actually at low water you'd have an almighty walk to get in even to deep enough to be able to swim. Then I'll have a little think about the wind, because I want to know what's going to go on with that. And if I'm after an immersive swim, I want it as calm as possible. So I've located this particular swim and chosen it because the wind is blowing off the top of the hill and across the meadow, meaning that the water should be almost untouched. And the added bonus to that will be that getting changed, I won't be getting wind blasted and getting chilly. The other thing about the water quality, is checking whether or not it's rained recently. And I know it's been dry for a fair few days, so we should be pretty clear there. I'll pop some websites down below in the description to let you know the kind of things that I check and the websites that I use to find out the wind, the tide, and the quality of the water. Now, I don't know about you, but I've always felt drawn to water, whether it is just to take a look at it, sit on the side and get a look at it, but really for me it's about wanting to touch the water, feel the temperature, feel it on my skin. I just like the way that it supports you. I just feel fantastic when I'm in the water. It's probably not going to show as I just get in right now because this is quite chilly. Whew. So I'm just going to take a moment to just take in my surroundings, get my breath to settle, and just enjoy the moment really. Whew. Certainly chillier than sitting in a bath. But there's just something so nice. I said I wanted to come for an immersive dip. And for me, some of that is just drifting around and looking, seeing what's going on around me. Swimming outdoors really gives you a sense of perspective. It's something that allows me to see that I'm just really tiny in the big world, and to really get a feeling for kind of where you fit into it, looking at all the other stuff that's out there. And the cold, I guess the sensations on my skin, and the ability to just stop and drift for a moment, feel the reeds tickling me. It's just something I really value. I love that. It gives me a chance to calm my mind. If I've got thoughts that are racing around in there, or I've got something particularly worrying I'm trying to work through, it gives me a bit of time and space to do that. It also gives me a chance to get up and see plants and animals that I might not otherwise see, at least from this perspective. This isn't going to be a particularly long swim, but it'll be enough just to give me a bit of a reset and give me a little bit of time to myself to chill out and take it all in. I do like all kinds of swimming, so I do kind of discovery ones where I go and explore a new area. I do social swims with friends. I come and do almost mindful swims like this, where I'm just taking a look around, just relishing being in nature. And I also do fitness swimming, where I train for different stuff. But it all depends on the mood I'm in as to what kind of swim I go for on a particular day. Well, I really enjoyed that little drift down, listening to the cows coughing in the field over there, and the reeds making the crinkly noises in the water. Saw a lot of flies just above the water, which you might have caught on the video. I haven't seen many birds yet, but I've still got to get changed and have my little drink and snack, so maybe I'll spot something then. Once I'm out and dry, I like to just take a few minutes just to sit and really, I guess, wallow in the time that I've got to myself by the water. So I would say that this is an essential part of my outdoor swim. Sitting next to the water and drinking my hot drink. Today that's orange squash or orange cordial for anybody from North America, and just sitting and being by the water. I tell you what, these are a brilliant little outdoor swimming treat. These saurine malt lunchbox loaves. I mean, it doesn't look that appetizing now it's all crushed, but it tastes like a piece of heaven. This is just gorgeous. My outdoor swimming experience encompasses all of this. The thinking about it beforehand, the deciding of the type, the looking into what my options are for that day, the actual walk in, the physical swim itself and the feeling of being in the water, and looking at the shapes and the ripples and the reeds and things in the water. And then of course, once I'm out and dried, having my drink and little snack. It's all part of the experience for me, and I enjoy every part of it nearly equally. The bit in the water is my favourite part. Outdoor swimming isn't a competition. It can be really easy when you look at different social media posts on the different forums and Facebook groups to think it's about going to the most beautiful place, seeing the iconic structure from the water, walking a long way or staying in a long time. But actually, it is what you make of it. Whatever you can do for an outdoor swim will be worthwhile. I've never regretted a swim. I've sometimes regretted staying in a little bit too long, which is why I take in the whole experience rather than just think about the swim. So just pick a swim at your own level, celebrate your own little achievements with it as you go through your outdoor swimming journey. There are lots of achievements that we make. The first time you get in, I mean, that's a start. Getting your breath to regulate and being able to stay in, a couple of minutes longer than that. Maybe a first skinny dip, who knows? Other things could be that you went somewhere different or tried a different type of swim. There's so many different facets to outdoor swimming. It's not about competing with other people or trying to swim someone else's swim. Think of what you'd like to do and find people who'd like to do it too. I hope you've enjoyed this week's video, and if you have, you'll give it a like, drop me a comment and think about subscribing to my channel. I've got lots and lots of videos about outdoor swimming and I'd love to have you join me. And I'll see you next time. Cheers!